everybody, welcome to the Kirsty Meakin Show! So today I'm going to show you how to fix a wonky nail. Now we have many clients that have either wonky fingers or their nail grows naturally. It's a bit of a like that. So we have the perfect victim today, client today, in Andrea, because do you know what it is, Andrea? You don't ever grow your natural nails.
Yeah.
We always take them off and do a brand new set and everything like that. Whereas Andrea has been growing her nails for some time. The last time we did Andrea's nails was 9 weeks ago. And we'll slide a little video in here to show you exactly what they look like. I mean, they still look pretty amazing, to be honest with you. They looked great, didn't they? Yeah. Yes, there was a big chunk of nail exposed at the back. But this is Andrea's natural nail. And you'll find this with lots of natural nails. They will grow at a bit of an angle, especially your sort of pointer fingers. That index finger does generally have a bit of a wonk on it like that. So if you have a client come to you and this is what it's like, don't just think, well, I'll leave it like that. We want to make them look beautiful and perfect. So I'm going to show you how. First thing I'm going to show you is, so if we look at the finger, the straightness of the finger. And that's what we're working with. So can you see that's straight down the middle of the finger? And we'll do it this side as well. Straight down the middle of the finger. And now it really does show. Wow. How wonky that is. It's definitely on a wonk, isn't it?
Definitely on a wonk.
And that's just grown like that. It's not been filed like that. There is an overlay of acrylic here. And you can see that at the back, that's where the exposed nail is. So that is all natural nail. This is natural nail with just a little bit of acrylic on the top. So I'm going to break this down and show you exactly how to make this straight again. You can have a beautiful new nail.
Lovely.
So the first thing I'm going to start with is removing some of the nail. That is a bit wonky. Because can you see how we're coming out? What you don't want to do is take it too far in. So what we'll do is we'll follow the channels of the side walls here. So these channels where the nail grows, that proximal fold is your guide, yeah? So if we came straight out of there, can you see how much nail we have missing? And then if we come straight out of here, can you see how much nail we need to get rid of? So that's what we're going to do. That's this first starting point. I'm going to set up my file. I've got my metal centerboard. I'm going to clean that with the hygiene system from Navy. So we use 1 and 2. It's very easy to use. I mean, even if anybody can follow those steps, I can. Step 1, step 2, detergent, disinfectant.
I think you'd know it.
Yeah, I think you'd be all right with that. So, detergent, which is going to clean it. I'm going to do another one because I want my buffer. So I'm going to take this old buffer off and this old file. And you can set these up any way you want to. I like to have a 180, a 240 grit, and sometimes if I'm doing acrylic, I'll want to have 100 grit, but I very rarely use 100 grit, to be honest. I find it can be a little bit too harsh, but if you've got a lot of bulk, then 100 grit is perfect for that. What I'm going to do is set one up with a 120 grit, and just going to use that as a buffer, just having it as a buffer. Don't need to put anything else on the other side. And then we've got a 240 grit and a 180 grit. And let's disinfect. Doing this in front of a client as well really does fill them with confidence that everything is nice and clean, you know, that COVID is about and all the other diseases. You know what I mean? We want to keep everything clean. I'm going to use this buffer as my little platform just because I find it a lot easier to get your fingers and thumbs to come underneath at the sides. Can you see how my finger comes lower like that? It's easier to get your disposable nail file paper on there because I can just drop that between my fingers and thumbs like that. Give that a press. That's one side done, and then we can do the other side. I'm going to put a 240 on this side. And again, I'm holding it so I've got the pad of my finger underneath. So the pad of my finger is going to slide beyond the metal centerboard down. And then we can press that down. And that's all done. 2 ways you can do this. You can pop that down because we know we've got a bit of a distance here, a bit of depth. And you can actually get the metal board if you want to, and you can lay the metal board directly on top. There you are. Just going to take a file that I used to take off the sharp edges, which you'll do with any file. So even if you're just using a normal file, you know, like this, then new files need that sharp edge taken off. Else there would be blood, lots of blood. We don't want that, do we, Andrea?
No.
Because Andrea's nails are, well, skin, the surrounding skin of Andrea's nails is very thin.
Delicate like me.
Delicate, yes. Like a butterfly's wings.
Yes.
So, I'm going to take the 180 grit file and come up the side here. So I am not just going up the side like this, I'm going under the nail as well. So I'm going underneath, reduce that down, and then I'm going to come straight at the side. And I'm running that parallel to that side wall. You see that? And you can see where I'm hitting. You can see how it's flat there. Now, I don't want to make this nail scoop up too much at all. So I can't take too much off. Now I could flip this file round to the 240 grit, which is going to help me. And no, I'm not going to obliterate that side. And I'm going to come straight here. And I'm avoiding this area between my fingers. So just that very small area there I'm avoiding. So I'm going to hold this finger here so I can butt up to my finger of my nail. Hence why I'm wearing gloves. So I don't damage my own nails, because my nails get extremely... I was going to say the wrong word. It was a swear word. Mine gets really damaged because when I do people's nails. Okay, so can you see how that is a lot straighter now? So if we look at this, we're straight. Straight, yeah? I'm going to bring this around a little bit. I'm not going to shape too much because I'm going to do that once product is on. So just a little bit like that, okay? So it looks straighter, doesn't it? A little bit straighter, but we know we still have a portion missing here. See? So we have some nail missing here. So we're going to build up. So you will need a sculpting form to do this. If you don't sculpt, this is probably the easiest way to sort of start to get into sculpting, because you're not building an entire nail, you're just building that little bit of a corner, and it'll help you because it'll give you practice getting your forms on and everything like that, and it'll help you working on top of a form, but you haven't got like the full responsibility of making an entire nail from acrylic or gel on a sculpting form. So if you want to start sculpting, try and do this. So if you are too afraid to do this, then there is no other way around it. You could have to cut that off, and you would have to put a tip on if you use tips. But we don't want to. We are preserving the natural nail.
Beauty.
Oh, preserving the beauty, yes, definitely. So I'm going to take off this additional length that we have on our sculpting forms. So we can just tear that off. We don't need that. We're not doing a massive nail. Not today. What's going on with my models wanting short nails?
Now,
Oh, you have got babies.
Yeah.
She's got fur babies to look after.
How many fur babies?
9 fur babies.
9. I mean, how does a puppy give birth to 9 babies? That always blows my mind.
I know.
That animals can do that, but as humans, you know, we're lucky if we get one.
Yeah. I just don't know. Just looking at her and looking at them now, I think, I don't know how they all fit in there.
Yeah, how do they all fit in? And I'm going to act a little bit thick now. Our puppies, our dogs pregnant for 9 weeks, same as cats. Yeah, I didn't know that. I just thought I'd check that if they were actually the same. Yeah, 9 weeks.
Yeah.
9 weeks they develop this beautiful little puppy in 9 weeks.
Even the little pads on the...
9 weeks?
Yeah.
I mean, us with a child, 9 weeks, don't get me wrong, I know we are a far superior being, and that's why it takes longer, obviously.
Yeah.
But 9 weeks old baby human terms, you know, it's
It'd be
like,
nothing,
it's like a little, a little like a cashew nut.
Yeah. Like, we're just not viable, is it, either?
No, it wouldn't live, would it? So, yeah. So, I do think it's pretty amazing
Yeah,
that
it is amazing.
dogs can do that and cats can do that. Yeah.
I wish humans could.
Yeah, it'd be easy, wouldn't
I
it?
probably would have had more if I'd only got to do it for 9 weeks.
The skin, would it really stretch in 9 weeks to fit a human baby?
No.
It might just burst open.
No. Yeah. How could you imagine? No.
So we'll need to get this fit perfectly underneath. So if you look at that side shot and you can see how there's no gap at the side. Now if I put it on like this, we've got gaps and it's going to flood with product. So it needs to be like this. Putting your finger really, really, really stiff. Thank you. So I've opened the form at the back to help the fit. I'm now going to close this form, not completely because I don't need to, so we have like a bit of a teardrop shape at the end, like that. And then we're going to build onto this side here. I'm just going to cut, see how that's making a lot of pressure on the skin? Right. I'm going to cut that bit away just to relieve a bit of pressure, and that'll just help it fit a little bit more. Tiny bit more, tiny bit more. That's better. Can you see how that fits better now? You can actually see here, that line. You can see that line of pressure that is on the skin. Yeah. So we just cut that. That's perfect. I am going to prime, and we're going to use the A&A system. This one's called Tan Me Up. So, yeah, 9 weeks. 9 weeks. What the hell? Doing all those things. And I honestly thought Andrea was going to turn up today with no nails on. I honestly did. I thought they're going to be a little bit of a mess. So I was pretty flabbergasted that they were still on, and the gel polish was still, you know, no chips, no peeling. We'll slide a picture in like there. How amazing. Oh, that's there. There's the picture. There's the picture. We've got Andrea's face on as well. Just
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You got a good side profile there.
There's the picture there. I mean, how amazing. What? 9 weeks. I'll push the picture away. 9 weeks, yeah. Gel polish. Kirsty Meakin, obviously. Kirsty Meakin gel polish, you know. It's amazing. So, one bead. And we're now, and it's, don't make sure it's not too wet. So a medium to dry bead. So you can still slide it around. And we're going to tuck it as close as we can to that nail. And build up this. Oh, there's a bit of fuzz, black fuzz. Oh, get rid of that. Fuzzy. Now I prefer to overcompensate and have more to file against than too little. So that's a good tip as well. Don't be afraid to add too much, because you're better doing that than having not enough. So let's get this as straight as we can. And press this so it's nice and even. Already looking a little bit straighter, and then I'm going to get a bead to fill the area at the cuticle. Now we're going to slide that down, so we're building the apex back as well, because the apex has moved way further down, like too far down. This is why it is important. You know, I'm not advising anybody leaves their nails for 9 weeks. It just happened.
It was circumstance, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I've been away and...
How many times have you been away?
She's been away again.
Well, I liked Antigua, so I wanted to see what Jamaica was like.
Yeah, so we built the apex back. And I know when you look at the side view of this, you can see that we drop a little bit here. I just want the tiniest bead here, because this, and I don't want it too wet. I want to pop it on. I don't want it to really move anywhere. I want to be in control of it. That is that stress area, and we could have a break there, so we make sure that has got enough product. You will be able to pinch it a little bit because it's so grown out. I'm just test pinching, it's still a little bit rubbery, so let's take that off. Let's take it off. So 180 grit file. So like I said, I prefer to have a bit more to file against. I'm going to come up with the metal file to get right in there. You see what difference that is? Getting that right in. Because it's so thinny. So thinny? What? That's not English, Kirsty. So much thinny. It's so thinner, right?
It's a dope thing.
Yeah. Dad always said I should have gone for elocution lessons, and I found it really offensive that he said that to me. Now, I am wishing that I did do that.
Did you know what it meant?
Oh, I actually have it explained.
Do you know what my dad used to say to me? Mind you, people won't get it because they're not from Stoke. My dad used to say to me, if you don't pull your socks up, you'll end up working in a pot bank. Right? And I said, if you think I'm going to spend all day putting pop in bottles, you've got another thing coming.
Pot bank.
I had no idea.
Which is a pottery bank, which is where they make pottery.
I had no idea. And I'd left school before I even knew what a pot bank was. When
Really?
Yeah. When everybody used to say, "Oh, I'm working on the pots," I think, I wonder if it's Alpine pop or Corona. Because that's, remember they used to come round on the
Corona pop?
Yeah, do you remember?
Do you mean Corona beer?
No, they used to come Corona pop. Don't you remember?
No.
They used to come round
in the glass bottles,
on
and
the yeah.
You'd buy the bottle and you'd give them the bottle back.
Yeah, and
next week, and
yeah.
you'd get 5 pence.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember them. I didn't know they were called Corona.
Yeah, there was Alpine.
There was a load of different ones. We had different ones up at ours.
Yeah,
That's what I local.
Yeah.
You would always get your cherry age, your lime age.
Yeah.
They were always the same.
Cream soda.
Cream sodas, but
Yeah.
it would, each little place would have its own sort of brand.
Yeah. And a man would come round on a van, and then you'd go and say, oh, I'll have that, that and that. And you'd give the old bottles back and you get some money off. And I thought it was putting pop in bottles.
Yeah.
And
Then
I
did he
thought-
explain?
Yeah, and also I thought turf accountants sold grass.
Turf accountants? I've never even heard of that. What is that?
Oh, I
I
did.
don't know what that is.
Really?
No.
God,
Turf
educators.
accountants.
Yeah, like a betting shop. You know what it used to say, turf accountant? It used to be
No one
one.
says like Betsy 365
Yeah, well, they did.
or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
William Hill.
When I first started going out with Damien, there was one on the corner where his gran lived, and I said, it said turf accountant, such a body's turf accountant. And I said, oh, God, I can't imagine them being very busy. And Damien says, how do you mean? How do you mean? I said, well, not everybody wants rolled up grass.
Oh my
He
God.
says he should have known then, really. Well, he stuck with me.
Yeah,
And I'm
stuck
still
with you.
still bamboozling him every day with my little nuggets of wisdom.
Right, so can we see we're looking straighter? Yeah. So I'm just going to shape this. And try not get carried away with looking at the nail itself. You need to look at the finger to get it straight, because from here down it may look straight. When you look from here down, you need to make sure you take into consideration the rest of the finger as well. One thing I'm going to do is, can you see we've got a little bit of sneaking product thin here and here. So we're going to use the magic weapon bit, which you can use for so many things. I actually love this and I could not live without it because it saves my day many, many times. So I'm literally just going to put this on quite a low speed and turn it up to 5 because I want to be gentle. And I'm literally just going to start to smooth that. That's it. Let me dust that away so you can see. I just need to get up there a little bit. Now I know this side looks a little bit thicker, which it will do. See how we look at this? We've got thickness here. So it's a lot thicker here. Don't be tempted to get rid of that thickness. The reason it's thicker is there because we have more product there because we have straightened this nail. Tell me if it gets hot. So if you don't do this, if you don't clean this up, then your client will catch lots of bits of not very nice things. So you can see the thickness there where we've built it up and we've made that straight. And then you see it's nice and thin on this side. So let's look at this now. Look at that. It's straight.
Straight, perfect.
So when you look at them together, they look straight. Whoop, whoop. I do like a straight nail, Duck. I don't like these wonky ones, you know, we look at them on pictures sometimes and go, it's a bit wonky. Right, so I'm just going to buff this now with my buffer. So I've got 120 grit buffer. Make everything nice and smooth. So we're now ready for either you could top coat it, you could put gel polish on, make it nice design on it. You could do whatever you want, but at least you have a straight nail. What I'm going to do is pop you a little bit of oil on. So we've got the indigo oil. Just replenish all that. There we are. A beautiful straight nail. Ta-da!
Which one do you go to? Right.
Sorry. And we've got an apex as well. So instead of it being all the way down here like it was, we put it back in. So we have a nice stable nail ready for some new nail art. And that's what we're going to do in the next video. So if you want to find out where the products are from that we use today, check out the list below in the description box. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram because we're always posting on there as well. And I'll see you in the next video.